Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Show's World.
Welcome to Show's World Gamers, Josh here, and as this week draws to a close, I wanted to take a moment to look at this week's biggest news stories, gaming announcements, and this week's new video game releases. If this is your first time on the channel, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button to join in on the fun. Alright, let's kick off this week in review with a few news stories. Now, the week started off with EVO 2023, the yearly premier fighting game esports event taking over Las Vegas for a weekend packed with unbelievable combos, special moves, and comebacks across a ton of different fighting game franchises, along with some news and announcements in the world of fighting games, including updates on Killer Instinct, Project L, Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1, and much more. Now, we also did have our August Pokemon Present Showcase this week, where we got a little more info on Detective Pikachu. We also got more info on the DLC coming to Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, along with the ability to add Mew to the game by entering the code GETYOURMEW, and an event with a chance of getting a Mewtwo. We also got Pokemon Trading Card Game and Stadium 2 added to Nintendo Switch Online, along with some Pokemon Go and other announcements. Overall, the event was a bit underwhelming. Now, in some unfortunate news, due to a bug found in the final hours before the release, WrestleQuest, the wrestling RPG game we got a chance to play here on the channel, and actually really enjoyed, received a last-second delay. The glitch would actually delete save game progress, so they elected to pull the game release to fix the issue, and now the game has a new release date of August 22nd. Personally, I think this was the right decision. Getting like 10 plus hours into an RPG and then having your save release would just be unacceptable. Now, as the week wraps up, QuakeCon 2023 is underway and will run through the weekend. We already got the surprise release of Quake 2, which is an amazing first-person shooter, and this port looks to be packed with all the Quake goodness we could hope for. The con will continue over the weekend, wrapping up on Sunday, so we will definitely be paying attention to any news, info, or announcements that come from the celebration, so make sure to hit that subscribe button if you are not subbed so you don't miss out on any of the news. Next up, let's take a look at some gaming announcements, and we're going to start with an announcement that, well, we've been waiting for, as we did finally get the heavily rumored announcement that the original Red Dead Redemption game was coming back. Unfortunately, it's not what fans were hoping for. The game is releasing on August 17th on the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation systems digitally, with a physical version coming on October 13th. The game will be priced at $49.99. It will include the Undead Nightmare expansion, but no dedicated PS5 version, no multiplayer, and oddly, no PC version. Now, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 was officially announced this week with a teaser trailer and an official release date of November 10th. More info is expected during an in-game Call of Duty Warzone event next week on August 17th. The game is expected to release on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems on the November 10th date. With no word on a closing of the Activision deal, I would not expect any news on a Switch Call of Duty or Game Pass news anytime soon. Now, on the heels of the really cool Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles DLC we got last week for Minecraft and Sessions, the Skate Sim game, it looks like we were not done, as now we have some really cool Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover with Street Fighter 6. With a bunch of gear you can outfit your fighter in, or even just straight up costumes to turn your creative fighter into your favorite Ninja Turtle. Now, in a really cool announcement that came out of EVO, Iron Galaxy is working on an update for the 2013 Killer Instinct fighting game, updating the visuals to 4K for the Xbox Series systems, new matchmaking, networking, and a balance patch. I was a huge fan of Killer Instinct games, especially the first two in the arcades, and the Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 versions. I never really got into the 2013 game, but I'm definitely going to check it out. It is available now, along with Killer Instinct 1 and 2, on Game Pass. So I'm definitely downloading that so I can start playing it to get ready for this update when it does drop. Alright gamers, let's finish up with this week's new game releases. Now in a surprise release this week, we did get Quake 2. It was shadow dropped digitally on all consoles, including the Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems, as well as on Game Pass. The game includes local and online co-op, multiplayer, crossplay, and more. I jumped into the game on Xbox Series X, and it ran beautifully with that ultra-fast Quake gameplay we all know and love. Also, with August underway, NFL training camps have begun, and football video game season is also upon us. This year's first game out the gate is Legend Bowl. It is a throwback to the classic 8-bit and 16-bit football games of the past, with sim-style gameplay, realistic weather, detailed stats, career mode, tournament mode, fully customizable rosters, and much, much more. The game is releasing on the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems. Now, Stray was an indie game that released last year on the PlayStation to critical acclaim, even being nominated for Game of the Year by the Game Awards. In the game, you play as a realistic cat in a platforming third-person adventure-style puzzle game in a post-apocalyptic world inhabited by robots and mutant bacteria. And this week, the game finally was released on Xbox, and it will be playable on the Xbox One as well as Xbox Series systems. Now, Atlas Fallen is an action role-playing game developed by Deck 13 Interactive and published by Focus Entertainment. The game can be played solo or co-op. In the game, you will master the sands to explore a unique fantasy world teeming with secrets. And you will hunt legendary creatures on the PlayStation 5, the PC, and Xbox Series systems. Now, Broforce Forever is basically an update slash kind of re-release of the original Broforce game. It released this week on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, the PC, the Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems, including on Game Pass. Adding new bros and more, the game is single or multiplayer. It's a 2D shooter, indie, arcade-style game that can be played online or offline multiplayer, both versus or co-op. And me and my son have been playing this game and having a blast. Definitely look forward. I'll probably be making a video on this game over the weekend. Alright gamers, that concludes this week in review for the week ending on August 11th. The week started with EVO 2023 kicking off in Las Vegas. Then, the Pokemon Presents Showcase once again left Pokemon fans kind of a bit disappointed. And the week ended with the CEO of Take-Two Interactive seemingly inadvertently teasing a Grand Theft Auto 6 launch window during a company's earnings call that the game will launch in their 2025 fiscal year. But let me know anything we may have missed in the comments, and thanks for joining us today, gamers. Shows World out.